The lineup.
There you see the lineup for Ecuador in the keep. Francisco Ceballos, Jose Francisco Ceballos, Ulises La Cruz, the midfielder / defender from Aston Villa. The rest of it for Ecuador will be Claver Corozo, Giovanni Espinosa, Andy Hurtado make up the defense. For midfield, Paulo Ambrosi, Claver Chalá, Edwin Tenorio, Edison Mendez, and Luis Gomez in the midfield. And as I said before, Evelio Lones, your lone attacker.
Also, a couple of players that had they had already a yellow card, not playing today. They're being saved
Alfonso
for the next match
was
at
one
home.
of them, so he figured, like since this is their second game on the road, their next game is against Peru at home, and Bolillo is probably taking more of a claim to that game, saying that's more winnable playing the altitude of Quito.
So who are they?
It would be Alfonso Obregón,
which is very important player, midfielder.
And I'm not really sure who the other one is right now.
Well, there you see the Paraguayans with their traditional red, white, and blue. Fray Justo Villar, the starter with number 12, and Jose Saturnino Cardoso, the goal scorer who plays in Toluca. Of course, Roque Santa Cruz, where there you see Edwin Tenorio, the defensive midfielder. Well, we're going to take a short break while the teams get ready, and we're going to come back with the kickoff right after this break. Stay with us.
¿Es tu cabello una pesadilla? Pues no lo será más, gracias al sorprendente Revo Styler giratorio. Ya sea que tengas el cabello totalmente ondulado, increíblemente grueso y aterradoramente rizado, o lacio sin vida, el extraordinario Revo Styler giratorio es como un instantáneo cambio de estilo de cabello. Estiliza y alisa aún el cabello más difícil en menos de la mitad del tiempo. Y con el sistema exclusivo anti-enredo de Revo, el Revo Styler nunca jamás enredará ni siquiera el cabello más difícil y crespo.
Si usted hace su orden ahora mismo, recibirá completamente gratis un segundo set completo de Revo Styler. No espere más, corre y llame al número que ve en pantalla. Recuerde, obtenga completamente gratis el segundo set completo de Revo Styler si ordena ahora mismo. Y eso no es todo, los gastos de manejo y envío también serán gratis. No espere más, tome el teléfono y ordene su Revo Styler ya.
10-10-1-2-3 de Americatel, con precios aún más bajos. Llame al DF, Guadalajara, Monterrey y ciudades fronterizas por 9 centavos. Al resto de México 15 centavos, a Perú 24 centavos, a Guatemala 25 centavos y a Nicaragua 38 centavos al minuto. Sin contrato, excelentes tarifas las 24 horas del día.
Para ordenar Dish On Demand Pay-Per-View, solo levante el teléfono. Vea las mejores y más recientes películas, deportes y eventos con solo llamar a un número. 1-877-347-4778 o visite dishnetwork.com/ppb y siga las sencillas instrucciones. Si no tiene la línea telefónica conectada al receptor, llame o acuda a Internet. Visite sus canales de Pay-Per-View y busque estas excelentes películas de estreno en televisión de Dish On Demand Pay-Per-View.
¿Quieres desarrollar tus habilidades artísticas? Si es así, tal vez ya tengas el interés y el deseo necesario para convertirte en un serio estudiante de artes. Llámanos gratis y la Art Instruction Schools te enviará esta agradable prueba de arte. Desde 1914 hemos ayudado a miles de artistas aspirantes a desarrollar sus habilidades, confianza y creatividad en su arte. Llama hoy para tu prueba de arte gratis. Te ayudaremos a ser un mejor artista. 1-800-216-5885.
Gold TV, experience soccer. You are watching Goal Live.
Well, there you see Juan Carlos Paniagua, the Bolivian referee for this World Cup qualifying match. And there's Edison Mendez, very good player. I think he might be the best player in Ecuador right now. What a level. With my respects to Ulises de la Cruz, the right defender who plays for Aston Villa. The assistants for Paniagua, Gregorio Chirinos and Fidel Arana, all from Bolivia. Jose Francisco Ceballos, the starter for Ecuador.
And his counterpart for Paraguay, Justo Villar, who plays for
Libertad.
Libertad,
Yes,
that's right,
sir.
Libertad. I'm thinking of the other guy.
Well, we got a game. The referee has blown his whistle, and we're off. Ecuador playing from right to left in your screen. And Paraguay, of course, the home team, playing from left to right. Ecuador is with their traditional yellow, blue, and red uniform. And, oh, there's a clearance from the back. Ecuador, like we said earlier, playing with only one forward, Evelio Ordóñez, number 8. Have Jose Francisco Ceballos in goal, number 1. Ulises de la Cruz, the right defender. The left defender will be Clever Corozo. 2 central defenders, Iván Bambán Hurtado with number 3 and Giovanni Espinosa next to him, number 17. The midfielders, we got Paul Ambrosi on the left with Clever Chalá, Edwin Tenorio, Edison Mendez, and Luis El Chino Gomez with Evelio Ordóñez, the man from Nacional, as the lone forward. Paraguay has, like we said, Justo Villar on goal, Francisco Arce, the right defender. The left defender is Denis Caniza. Carlos Gamarra, who plays for Inter Milan, and Julio Cesar Cáceres are the 2 central defenders. The 4 midfielders, Carlos Bonet on the right, Carlos Ortiz and Carlos Paredes are the defensive midfielders, and Jorge Campos will be the playmaker, the left-footed number 11. The 2 forwards are very interesting because Jose Saturnino Cardoso is a natural goal scorer, plays for Toluca, and is the top scorer in the Mexican League always, every year after year. And the other forward is a youngster, Roque Santa Cruz, who was bought by Bayern Munich when he was 17, and he's still at Bayern Munich, of course.
Yeah, Roque Santa Cruz is a very, very dangerous player. He's got a bright future ahead of him. He's already one of the premier players in Germany, and Bayern Munich has a lot of expectations for him already.
Baby goal, they call him,
Yeah.
because he started scoring when he was very young. And he does not look young. He is still very poised as a forward. What you see here, Paraguay on the attack with ball control, and as expected, Ecuador in their own half defending with everyone except Evelio Ordóñez. Here's cleared by the captain. Roque Santa Cruz was born August 16th, 1981. And, well, he's with Bayern Munich since 1999. Came out of Olimpia, Paraguay. Was the top team in Paraguay. Olimpia, who's won Copa Libertadores and Intercontinental Cups. So, very important team. Where there you see the right defender, Francisco Arce. He scored a beautiful goal in the World Cup in Japan and Korea. It's awesome free kick, very good crosser, so we got to keep an eye on both of the right defenders, Francisco Arce and Ulises de la Cruz, number 4 for Ecuador.
Yeah, de la Cruz is a very, very dangerous player. When he moves up through the ball, look for him to move up very quickly with the ball and make this beautiful cross that he does, that he's known for.
The bench, Tabarelli, the keeper, Da Silva, Enciso, Cuevas, Gavilán, Alvarenga, and Barreiro. Gavilán, defensive midfielder, he's supposed to start instead of Ángel Ortiz, but he feels ill.
You also saw Nelson Cuevas, former Liverpool player, now playing over there in China.
Playing in Shanghai, Pipino Cuevas. And there's a story about the mother of Pipino Cuevas complained to one of the directors of the team, and the reporters is saying that her son came back from China with an earring, and she was not happy about that. There's Ulises de la Cruz flying down the right flank. Good job by Carlos Gamarra. Carlos Gamarra, to me, he's one of the top defenders in South America, and very poised, a lot of experience. There is the other captain, the other great defender for Ecuador, Iván Hurtado. Ball stolen in the middle by Carlos Paredes, pushing up, and it's going to be a goal kick now for Jose Francisco Ceballos. Carlos Paredes. You see the bench of the Ecuadorian bench. You see Alex Aguinaga. Carlos Humberto Paredes plays in Oporto. Good team. Good player.
Porto, Portugal, of course.
Carlos Bonet, number 6. There's Paredes with the ball. Finds Bonet. Good ball distributing. Good pressure from Ecuador because they made a mistake. There you see Hernan Bolillo Gomez, the Colombian coach who took Colombia to the World Cup in '98. Of course, he was the assistant with Maturana when Nacional of Medellin won the Copa Libertadores in 1989. Then they qualified. He was assistant when they qualified the Colombian team to the World Cup in Italy. There you see Aníbal El Maño Ruiz, the Uruguayan coach of Paraguay, who's one of Bolillo Gomez's proteges, or no, not proteges, the other way around. Aníbal Ruiz, the mentor of Bolillo Gomez, he was the coach of Nacional when Gomez was starting to, or wanted to become a coach, and it helped him become a coach. He said Aníbal Ruiz, he learned a lot from him, and also from Luis Cubilla, who's worked a lot in Paraguay, especially with Olimpia. The long ball cleared by Ulises de la Cruz, and it's Paredes again, ends up with the ball. Good ball distributor. Ortiz. Good defending so far for the Ecuadorian team. That's Carlos Bonet, who'll be playing on the right. Oh, and do you see Bonet plays in Libertad, the champion, along with Justo Villar, the new champions. You see 3 players. When Evelio Ordóñez was pushing up, the long ball from Luis El Chino Gomez called up to the team, one of the replacements that Gomez called up. It's Colorado Gamarra, the red man, he called him. Well, 2 players not communicating in the back.
If history is any indication between these two teams, in the total time that they've played each other in World Cup qualifying, which is 8, it's split in half, 4-4. Ecuador's won 4 games at home. Okay. Paraguay has won 4 games at home. So if history's any indication, and who knows, maybe it breaks today, but it looks like Paraguay has always had the advantage at home, while Ecuador has had the advantage whether playing in Quito or in Guayaquil.
Well, it's very tough to come to Asunción and play in Defensores del Chaco. It's a very strong stronghold for the home team. Well, the fans asking for a foul, no call by the referee Paniagua. Paredes puts the ball up. Espinosa clears. And well, a lot of ball back and forth. Nobody's dominating right now. Gamarra ends up with it. Pressure from Edison Mendez, and plays to the right with Arce Francisco, the right defender, pushing up. Good ball. Here comes the cross, deflected, and it's the first corner kick. Good job by Giovanni Espinosa. That's the bench. Espinosa, Jacinto, the keeper, Caicedo, Alex Aguinaga on the bench, Franklin Salas, Fernandez, the knife, Quiñones, and Valencia. So a lot of power, striking power in the bench.
Espinosa getting there in time to deflect the cross and now cause a corner kick.
See Gamarra pushing up, marked by Ulises de la Cruz. Keep an eye on Cardoso and Santa Cruz. Here comes the cross. Cardoso with the header straight into the hands of Jose Francisco Ceballos.
Yeah, a little bit too far for that head to have that much damage. Yeah, especially on a veteran like Ceballos.
They gotta stick to him though, because he lost his marker there, and if that is a little bit closer, that's a lot of trouble.
That's a goal, no doubt about it.
Definitely, Jose Saturnino Cardoso, Hernan Gomez knows that. Well, no possession again. The ball recovered by Paraguay, and it's Arce again pushing up. He'll be doing that all game long. No, that's Carlos Bonet who'll be playing in front of Francisco Arce. It's Roque Santa Cruz playing with number 24 on his back. Carlos Paredes pushing up. They're very strong. They're almost like the Uruguayans when they're playing in the air with the crosses. Very strong in the air, the Paraguayans. Both offensive and defensive. He's a long ball, too long. And it's going to be a goal kick for Jose Francisco Ceballos.
One of the
10th minute.
Speaking about playing area, one of the reasons why Ecuador qualified in 2002 was because of Agustin Delgado, who's now playing for Southampton in England, though he has been injured as of late, which is one of the reasons why Southampton did not decide to release him to play in this cup qualifier, even though Bolivia had called him up. But that was one of the reasons Ecuador did qualify, because Delgado scored 11 goals, top goal scorer, along with Hernan Crespo in the 2002 cup qualifier. At least 6-7 of those goals came in the air as he headed the ball. A very dangerous header in his own right, but like you said before, he's not here today. Another player that's also very dangerous for Ecuador, named Carlos Tenorio, who's playing in Qatar, was not released as well.
How about Otilino Tenorio, Spider-Man?
And you got
Same
Spider-Man,
case.
who was let go by his team in Saudi Arabia, but not in time. And as a result, Bolivia was kind of upset with that and decided to just let him stay back in the Middle East playing for his team.
Well, they're hoping they have a huge match against Peru on Wednesday, so they might use those players. Caniza, the left defender, with the ball. Paredes with it. Long ball in the box, looking for Cardoso, cleared by Ivan Hurtado. Paredes puts the ball back over for Jorge Campos. Could not get it, and it's going to be a throw-in for Ecuador and Ulises de la Cruz. A lot of pressure from Paraguay from the beginning. We're already in the 11th minute. And it's Ulises de la Cruz with a throw-in. Again, Paredes recovers quickly. Ortiz plays to the right. It's Arce Chiqui. To the middle, Ortiz opens for Campos. No, does not get there. Good job now for Ecuador, and watch out for that counterattack. Here it comes. That's not a good pass. That was Ambrosi fighting for the ball, looking for the ball. The pass from Clever Chala, too long. Si Paniagua. Again, Paraguay with the ball. See where they're playing. Look at the last man with the long ball over the defenders, and he's gonna get there. Jorge Campos, he does get there, puts the ball back, and it's not long enough for Cardoso. And Ceballos wins it.
You see Ceballos saying right there, keep an eye on the defense, keep an eye on the defense. You got to wake up right there. You can't assume the ball's going to go out.
No, never quit. It's Luis Chino Gomez with the ball.
A late substitution right there. Chino Gomez at the last minute was placed into the starting lineup. It was originally supposed to be Marlon Ayubi, but for whatever reason, Bolivia decided to go with Jose Chino Gomez, who plays for Barcelona of Ecuador.
Was Angel Ortiz pushing up, loses the ball, no foul called. Ulises coming out of the back on the right. Denis Caniza marking Ulises. Denis Caniza is the left defender, marking the right defender already in midfield, waiting for him. Now they cover for Corozo. They cross to the near side. Clever Corozo. Now Ecuador getting some a breather now and distributing the ball for Ulises de la Cruz. He got trouble controlling it, almost got beaten by Campos. Campos puts more pressure in De La Cruz and fouls De La Cruz.
Yeah, you're seeing right there what De La Cruz can do. He has very good ball control. He's having a hard time right now moving on the right side. They know Paraguay knows what he's capable of doing. If you give De La Cruz enough room to run to the side, he will kill you, because he will put those balls in the center, and he's a very good crosser, and he will kill you because of that.
Now Paraguay on the attack. Roque Santa Cruz, marked by Chino Gomez, tried to cross. Chino Gomez ends up with the ball, and now it's Ulises de la Cruz. Ulises de la Cruz gives the ball up, and now it's Ecuador with a chance. Arce. Paredes cannot control, back and forth now. Ordóñez is the only forward, he's playing in midfield. Corozo, Edwin Tenorio, playing with Chino Gomez, the long ball. Clever Chala pushing up now, marked by Dennis Caniza. Clever Chala's turns once, turns again, steps on the ball and gives the ball to Caniza. Thank you very much. And Gamarra comes out playing with it. Well, there's a mistake in the back. It's going to be a shot on goal, and it's the first time Justo Villar touches the ball with no problem. Quickly, the ball coming out. Changing sides to the far side. Good marking again. Paredes ends up with the ball. Good ball distributor, Ortiz. Opening for Caniza, back for Gamarra. Gamarra with the long ball over the head for Roque Santa Cruz. Roque Santa Cruz with a cross. Looking for Cardoso. Cardoso claiming he's been handled by the defender. Aníbal Ruiz, the coach. Here comes the ball, Roque Santa Cruz. Maybe there's some handling.
Might have been a little bit of obstruction there, but he got away with it.
Some handling by Clever Corozo trying to control Saturnino. We don't see that from here. And we won't see it from here either. So 0-0, 15 minutes so far, what we expected. Ecuador defending and Paraguay with the ball on their feet.
One of the trademarks of a Bolillo or Pacho Maturana coach team, both when they coach Ecuador and Colombia, is that a lot of passing. You're going to see Ecuador with a lot of passing.
A lot of lateral passing.
A lot of lateral passing,
Yeah.
exactly.
Not too vertical. There's De La Cruz now, marked by Campos. Good job by Campos. You always see Campos coming back and Caniza waiting for De La Cruz. Everybody worries about De La Cruz in South America. He might be the top right defender in South America. Here's a cross, and it's a deflection, but Justo Villar controls it, and now he looks for someone to play with. Doesn't find any, so he's going to punt it real far, hoping for, there you go, Santa Cruz. Oh, the ball ends up in, it's Carlos Humberto Paredes opening to the right. Tiki Arce, the good ball for Ortiz, too long. And it's Jose Francisco Ceballos. Evelio Ordóñez trying to control. He turns. Good job. Evelio trying to get fouled by Paredes. He does get fouled by Paredes.
They should have given him an advantage right there. What do you think? Referee taking away the advantage.
I think he waited, but he saw him stumbling too much, and that's why he called it, I think. And now a good chance for, who should take this one? Iván Hurtado, I think, is the only one.
This will be somewhat of an interesting thing because Ecuador doesn't really have on the field right now a shot maker that can really put the ball in over here. I mean, I think Hurtado might be taking a shot.
I think Hurtado is the only one that can score from here, from Ecuador right now on the field, and he's behind the ball. Number 3, the captain. Or Edison Mendez wants to take it. He will. Straight into the wall. He gets the ball again, trying to open the field, but there's nobody open right now. Edison Mendez, good job. The shot, the deflection, and here's a corner kick. Not too much movement there by Ecuador. I thought maybe somebody should have overlapped and Mendez had more options. Here's Carlos Gamarra, the captain. Not a well-taken corner kick. Although they have trouble clearing. Again, good ball. They get behind the defenders. Here comes the cross. The ball in the box. The clearance by, that's Jorge Campos in the back, playing with Roque Santa Cruz. Dennis Caniza ends up with it. Jorge Campos now looks up, the long ball, looking for Jose Saturnino Cardoso, makes him run, and he's going to pull a muscle with those runs. If Campos keeps sending him to the sideline, he should be in the middle. Iván Hurtado playing with Ulises de la Cruz now on the right. Ulises with the ball, playing with Edison Mendez. Long ball now, trying to find the only forward, Evelio Ordóñez. He does find him because Gamarra gives him the ball. Now Ordóñez cannot control, and now it's Paraguay back on the attack. Santa Cruz trying to turn. 3 defenders jump on him right away. Gonna open for Tiki Arce, who's pushing up round on the right. Arce is gonna play with Ortiz in the middle. Well, they found now Jorge Campos. Or Dennis Caniza, the left defender, pushing up. Finds Jorge Campos, back for Dennis Caniza. No problem there for Ivan Hurtado, or that was De La Cruz. Now slowly, Kino Gomez with the ball. Playing back with Ulises De La Cruz. Ulises with the long ball. And it's back for Paraguay with the ball. Caniza. They're going to rotate the ball and play on this near side. That's Carlitos Gamarra. Was player of the year when he played in Brazil with Internacional de Porto Alegre. Then he went to Portugal with Benfica. Now is a reserve in Inter Milan. Bad ball, and nobody has control right now. Nobody seems to take any risks. No overlapping, no attacking, no shots on goal. Pretty much it's 0-0 in the 20th minute.
Really hasn't that many offensive set plays for either team. I mean, Paraguay and Ecuador are still, I don't know, I guess, trying to figure each other out right now. Paraguay's had a couple of opportunities, but so has Ecuador, but no one really can have a clear opportunity nonetheless.
The keepers have not been challenged yet.
Right. You saw the closest one for Ecuador, I mean, for Paraguay was when Cardoso had that header off a corner kick, and for Ecuador was, well, it's hard to say. I mean, he had a couple of crosses here and there, the ball crossing over the crossbar, but that's about it.
Jorge Campos with the ball, plays with Kiki Arce. Kiki Arce to the right. This Carlos Bonet, he's going to cross the ball, and he found Edwin Tenorio. Edwin with a long ball. Foul. Paul Ambrosi's foul. Now they're going to slow things down and try to keep some possession. You see Ortiz with the foul. Ortiz from the team Guarani, who were runners-up in Paraguay. Just we are playing with Carlos Gamarra. Carlos Gamarra has time and space. He's going to look up and see who he finds. It's Dennis Caniza. No, he cannot find him. The ball is too long. Carlos Gamarra. He doesn't even look like a soccer player. He's so talented in the back. He can read the game. He's well placed always. Not too much speed. Here's Dennis Caniza pushing up. Jorge Campos turns around. Good defending. Paul Ambrosi coming back and help on the right now.
The way Ecuador is playing right now, like, I mean, we're just hearing our counterparts in Spanish talking about it. Obviously, we said about Bolillo. He reserved some of these players that he had in mind for this match and reserved them for the next match against Peru, which is at home. Figuring that's a classic, and B, he knows winning at home is very vital, very fundamental if you want to qualify to a World Cup. You have to win your home games nonetheless. So that's why he reserved a lot of his star players for that match. While with Paraguay, they'll be traveling to Chile, who, if you don't know already, Chile already lost to Uruguay 2-1 earlier on this afternoon. While in other games, last we heard, it was Colombia losing to Venezuela 1-0 at half. But right now, they must be in the second half right now. We will try to get an update with you later on. Let you know how that game goes. A very crucial match for Colombia, as they have not won a game yet in this World Cup qualifier. But again, neither has Venezuela.
The goal from Venezuela, Juan Arango in the 6th minute in the first half. When you see Marlon, no, it's Edwin Tenorio. Yep. I was going to say Marlon Ayuy. Marlon Ayuy is injured already. Now Edwin Tenorio is injured. He's hurting. Let's see what happened here. And Humberto Carlos Paredes, I don't think it was that bad. He's just making some time. Good kick, but he can take it. He'll be fine. He's got fingers. So it's a good idea to slow the game down now in the 23rd minute, and it's still 0-0. Look at that stretcher, very Paraguayan.
So far, though, I think Bolillo is looking for the so far, I mean, it's way too early to say, but nonetheless, Bolillo, as of right now, has to be somewhat happy with this game. Still 0-0. Paraguay is not exactly attacking very much, giving Ecuador a lot of problems on defense. I don't want to jinx either team, but as it stands right now, Ecuador is content, just sitting back, playing with the ball, and when they have a chance to go up and attack, they'll do it, while Paraguay is not forcing the issue very much either.
Well, the four defenders are keeping on in line. They're marking their forwards well. They're marking Cardoso and Santa Cruz well so far. And then the 5 midfielders are really doing their job coming back and getting behind the ball, so that's creating problems for Paraguay finding any offense. Cáceres playing with Gamarra. Gamarra ends up with the ball, playing with Caniza. Not again a bad pass by Gamarra, and it's Ecuador now with the ball. Good long pass now behind the defenders. That's Edison Mendez with the cross, the shot. Ordóñez almost scores.
Well, that's what I was saying before. Isao de la Cruz running down the sideline, making the cross. It's the only forward that Ecuador has. That's who Evelio Ordóñez. Ordóñez could not get it. There you see the cross. Ordóñez just got tangled up. Then again, Justo Villar was a great save nonetheless.
You get a foot on it between the two defenders. In the save, the only problem is nobody came in for the rebound. Now they clear. And that's how the game goes. Paraguay can have the ball for 89 minutes and attack and shoot and goal. And if they don't score, one attack from Ecuador and they can give them the 3 points. Good job, that's Clever Chalá. So Ecuador is sticking to their game plan and doing a good job at that. So far, they're looking very dangerous because they notice that Paraguay lacks that attacking punch right now.
Right now,
Jorge Campos is the playmaker and he's well controlled by Ulises de la Cruz. So,
as I was saying before, and on the flip side of it, you let de la Cruz alone, or not even alone, but you let him just have enough room and he will kill you. There he goes.
That was a good ball. Cáceres finding Cardoso, but the good defending by Corozo. Again, the ball in midfield. Nobody has possession in the 26th minute. Roque Santa Cruz is losing the battle against two defenders, always on his back. Then Paraguay trying to distribute the ball and opening the field. Denis Caniza cuts to the middle. That's where more defenders are. Cardoso and Campos. Now Caniza with the ball. Here comes the cross. Too long. And that's how it's going to be pretty much for most of the match. Roque Santa Cruz asking.
I think Santa Cruz right there asking for a little bit of not so much asking for forgiveness right there.
Yep.
Had a clear opportunity for a good cross.
3 players waiting for something to happen.
Nonetheless, so they were marked really well.
Yeah.
You have to give them credit. And
but they were always one-on-one, and that's always dangerous.
Of course, especially if they're good headers and they're good jumpers, and they really can. Well, if they all jump you, then you're pretty much in trouble.
You see Carlos Gamarra playing with Justo Villar. Justo Villar benched Tabarelli pretty much, the keeper from Olimpia. Justo Villar from Libertad. He's won the starting spot. Again, the long ball, and now it's Roque Santa Cruz ends up with it. Good defending though. Arce trying to cross, and it's Ambrosi coming back and blocks the cross. So as far as the Ecuadorians coming back and getting behind the ball, Paraguay is going to continue struggling to attack.
That's the problem, because usually you figure, you have 4 defenders, but in actuality it's about 6, because those 2, as you were saying before, are coming back and helping out in the defense and causing a lot.
Well, you got to do this for 90 minutes. Just one attack that they don't come back, and they'll find the space.
Then again, you figure these guys have a lot of oxygen in their tanks, figuring that half of these players play in Quito at one time or the other, so they're used to running around. I mean, now if this is on the flip side, and Paraguay was playing in Quito, Paraguay might have been tired by now.
Well, you see Cáceres and Gamarra pushing up for this corner kick in the 28th minute. Look at that. Santa Cruz and Cardoso, one after another. It's like a basketball. Here comes Chiqui Arce, the cross. Oh, Ceballos cannot hold on to it. He shouldn't have held on to it. He had to punch it. The long ball back into the box. That's a bad idea, although somebody got to the ball. Arce Bonet puts it back in the air. The defender comes through it. That's Giovanni Espinosa. And now counter-attack for Ecuador. Paul Ambrosi. Paredes cannot tackle him. Paul Ambrosi slows down now. Long ball looking for Clever Chalá. He won the ball. The cross for Ordóñez. Ordóñez was surprised so much that couldn't get a good contact with the ball. Paraguay has to be careful because a mistake in the back could cost them, and you can tell that with Ecuador with pretty much 9 defenders, it's going to be very hard to score on them.
The way it's going right now, Paraguay Paraguay has more control of the ball, but they're very indecisive. They don't know what to do with the ball right now. Meanwhile, with Ecuador, when they have the chances, when they do have the opportunity, they're creating some goal-scoring opportunities, and they are scaring Paraguay right now and getting there with ease the way they are, because Ecuador, what they're doing, they're getting the ball up really quickly. Big booming clear-outs like that, and Ecuador's winning the battle out the front, and they're happening to get whatever lucky bounces is going.
Oh, if they get a chance to get Evelio Ordóñez on a one-on-one, Evelio is very strong, and he will win those one-on-ones. The shot, Cardoso, goal! It is Roque! Roque, baby goal! Santa Cruz scores in the 30th minute. What a bomb from 40 yards out. What can you say? That's a way of beating the 9 defenders.
Yeah, that was the only way. Paraguay figured they couldn't crack the defense with ball control. They figured you might as well shoot from far. That's what happened. Roque Santa Cruz is a missile of a shot. I don't think even Ceballos expected that one. That's why probably was so late to react to that kind of a shot. And Santa Cruz figured, you know what, if we can't beat him from close angle, we got to shoot from afar. Look at this.
Look at this. Nobody comes to pressure Santa Cruz. Everybody retreats from there. And nobody expected a shot from there.
Nobody
That's why
not even Ceballos. Nobody expected
Ceballos
that.
reacted late, like you said. But give credit to Santa Cruz. And again, Ivan Hurtado should have taken a couple steps forward and try to block that.
It talks about exactly what a player that Santa Cruz is. Like I said before, there's a lot of potential. An amazing player for Bayern Munich. He knows, the minute he shot that ball, he knew that ball was going in, because Ceballos had him completely by surprise here. Ceballos didn't expect it. Neither did Ecuador, and now that's going to obviously create some havoc for the Ecuadorian defense, because now they have to respect Santa Cruz's shot.
Well, Santa Cruz is a world-class player.
He's a world-class player.
Not much you can do against players like that, really. He took one out of his hat. Now Ecuador is going to have to attack now. Corozo, Bonet, and Arce marking him. Edwin Tenorio. Ambrosi, no chance. And now watch out for the counter now for Paraguay. You got Santa Cruz. That's Jorge Campos. Slowing the ball down now in the 32nd minute. Paraguay a little bit more relaxed after that goal from Roque Santa Cruz. Distributing the ball. They're going to try to find now space behind the defense of Ecuador. There's Campos fighting with Ulises de la Cruz. Ulises soon will be playing as a right forward. Carlos Bonet. Here comes the ball in. Somebody goes down. Roque Santa Cruz goes down. Campos puts the ball back, and good clearance there by Giovanni Espinosa. Arce recovers, and they earn a throw-in. Ecuador's got to settle down, because still 1-0 is not bad.
No, it's not one bad.
Defensores del Chaco, they got to settle down and wait again for their chances, because Paraguay is still pushing up. They're going to stick to the game plan, I think, and they'll have their chances.
Yeah, because, I mean, aside from that one thing, I mean, I guess Paraguay may have, unless Paraguay figured out what to do, because they are having a lot of problems controlling with ball movement inside that area. They're really having a hard time when you have 4 defenders plus 2 or 3 midfielders down there as well. While with Ecuador, like I said, play their game plan and hope to see what happens. But if for Paraguay to maybe do anything right now, they figure out they may want to shoot, but I don't think they're going to get a shot like that again, because I think Ceballos now respects Roque Santa Cruz. If he didn't before, he would respect him now, definitely.
You see Carlos Paredes. Roque Santa Cruz will mark in the box. They earn another corner kick, or this time they get the corner kick. So the fans in Defensores del Chaco in Asunción, Paraguay, the home of the South American Football Confederation. And Kiki Arce with a corner kick. Here comes in the box. The clearance, a bad clearance. So much danger, those balls there bouncing in the box. Again, Campos puts the ball in the box. Roque Santa Cruz wins the header. You can't relax. Those defenders can't relax, because Santa Cruz and Cardoso will fight till the end.
Santa Cruz pretty much has inspired more of a, I guess, more momentum now in Paraguay. They're starting to get the ball more into the area. Ecuador cannot let up right now. They have to stick to their game plan. Nonetheless, Santa Cruz is a very dangerous player. You just got to mark him.
Got to mark him, because that ball in the second post, Santa Cruz will bring it down for Cardoso. So
exactly.
You cannot let him Even if you think he doesn't have a chance to head it onto goal, he's going to bring it down. So you cannot let him get to those balls.
Cardoso having a couple of choice words with the referee.
Referee Juan Carlos Paniagua doing a good job so far, the Bolivian referee. Good chance now in the box, and the flag was up. I'll play on, says the referee. It's Paraguay attacking a lot on the right, trying to keep Ulises de la Cruz busy. That's a way of not letting him push up if you're attacking down his flank. Jorge Campos, Paredes. Now they're trying to spread the field, spread the ball to open the spaces. The long ball, they open the space, and now they're trying to get behind the defenders. The ball ends up in Jose Francisco Ceballos. No urgency yet for the keeper. No urgency, but still have 10 minutes left. They're down by 1 goal. Roque Santa Cruz, the goal scorer. Long ball for no one, Jorge Campos. Ceballos almost gave the ball up there. Edwin Tenorio distributing with Corozo. Edison Mendez. Too far in the back. Edison. That's Ivan Hurtado. Typical Bolillo Gomez. What is, are they attacking or what are they doing?
Say what you want to say, but you know what? That got into the World Cup last time around, didn't it?
Yep. But they're taking so long to cross the midfield line that Paraguay is just waiting in the back for them. Ulises with space. Ortiz comes to mark. He's tackled. They stole the ball. Good job by Ortiz. Playing now with Carlos Paredes. Carlos Paredes complicates Gamarra. Gamarra hits the ball. Well, and this is Julio Cesar Cáceres. Or that was Kiki Arce. I'm not sure, but he gets the ball up. And Ceballos taking his time. Everybody's taking their time. Ecuador is happy with the 1-0 right now.
Because they figured it's still early in the game.
It's still early in the game, and they still have the second half to try to find their goal, so they're not too worried. And Paraguay is winning, so it might as well see what Ecuador wants to do now.
Exactly.
So that's why there's not much happening right now.
Ecuador's no stranger from being down 1-0 and coming back. As I said before, Ecuador, a lot of times, a lot of the games that they won, they came down from winning. Like, they were down. For instance, the game that they beat Paraguay in Quito, Ecuador was down 1-0, and Ecuador came back and won 2-1 in that game.
Last qualifying effort, where you see Jorge Campos, Dennis Caniza overlapping, bad pass from Caniza, and Ivan Hurtado comes back and recovers the ball. Oh, Ecuador trying to come out of the back. It's Corozo. Corozo with space. Now you got Bonet in front of him. Edison Mendez trying to dribble too much. That's not a good idea. And so far, a good job by Ortiz. Where it was Carlos Bonet there pushing up the ball for Saturnino Cardoso. Marked by Espinosa. Cardoso puts the ball in the box looking for Roque Santa Cruz, but a good clearance now. Recovered by Cardoso for Santa Cruz. Arce with the ball. Arce looks up. Watch out for Arce. That's so dangerous. The guy's got a hand on his right foot. He can place the ball wherever he wants. Francisco Arce.
He's got a very good pinpoint in the way he does things. So Paraguay has a lot of dangerous players. A lot of dangerous players.
He almost found Santa Cruz or Cardoso between those two defenders. And somebody was coming in the far post, Jorge Campos, and Ulises quit a little bit there.
Yeah, it's a wonderful. Sometimes Ulises will move up a lot and not come back in time.
Well, Justo Villar controlling the ball when the Lone Ranger, Evelio Ordóñez, was pressuring him. Julio Cáceres.
We'll be interested to see what kind of changes Bolillo does in the second half. Are you content with a 1-0, or is he going to finally maybe force the hand a little bit and see if he maybe moves somebody else up or gives Ordóñez a little bit more help?
Good cross. Oh my God, almost He just needed to touch it with any part of his body, and that's a candidate to leave the field. Well, not him, not Edwin. I think the candidate is Luis Chino Gomez.
Yeah, Chino Gomez
For
is
a
not,
forward.
Yeah, because obviously for De La Cruz to be the one moving up all the time, Chino Gomez not doing that much in that case.
Also, Paul Ambrosi.
Yeah,
I'm
those
not
two,
too happy
those
with
two
him.
wingers
Those
haven't
are
been done that
candidates.
much. And I think Bolillo might be seeing what it might be getting something right there. And we're talking about it, the fact that Ordóñez being the only attacker out there, you're not giving De La Cruz that much more options. You only just put it out front. But if you give him more options, there's a good reason why. Another reason why Ecuador was winning other games last time, because they only had two forwards.
Oh,
Caballete and Delgado.
With one forward, still is creating his own chances, finding chances, and see being dangerous. So if the defenders have another person to worry about, they'll find even more spaces.
Exactly.
But doing that means he's got to bring out a defensive midfielder, and the Paraguayans are going to find spaces. Another attack now. That's not a good option. And the foul, that's a very bad decision to foul Clever Chalá there. I think it was Angel Ortiz or Dennis Caniza, I'm not sure. Not a bright foul there from...
especially after Chino Gomez had already given the ball away in a sense.
Who's that? That's Angel Ortiz, I think.
That's one of the worst fouls you can see. A, he didn't need to do it, and B, he did it right in front of the referee, and right in front of him.
Well, it's just dangerous because they're giving Ecuador a chance to tie this game up at 4 minutes before halftime. Well, let's see this time who takes it. It's was that De La Cruz or Hurtado? It's Hurtado again.
This is where not having Obregón does hurt Ecuador, because Obregón usually does take this kind of... Ecuador is not exactly known for having free kickers like this, but when they do have it, usually is Obregón. There you see Chino Gomez very upset with that right there. Hurtado, horrible shot, horrible. You can't waste those kind of opportunities.
You got to really concentrate and take advantage, because you might not have any more chances.
I think that's one thing I would personally, if Bolillo maybe want to talking about his players, but he really needs to focus more on free kicks, because that's one thing Ecuador is very weak on. They've always have been.
Well, the long ball for Justo Villar, who's telling his teammates to relax, because there are only 3.5 minutes to go in this first half. They're up by 1-0. The only goal, Roque Santa Cruz, in the 30th. The long ball again, Santa Cruz one-on-one. That's dangerous. It's Cardoso. Good job by Ivan Hurtado. Incredible clearance by Hurtado, because Cardoso is so dangerous on a one-on-one, and Santa Cruz is even more dangerous on a one-on-one. Well, that's not going to work. Justo Villar is going to try once again, and that's not good news for anyone in Paraguay. Cardoso is cut.
Looks like
got some blood.
Yeah, he got hit in the eye. Might have been either an elbow or something.
Or when Hurtado cleared with his toe, maybe. We'll see again. You see Ruiz does not like what he sees. Nobody likes what he sees. I think he got hit by the boot by Ivan Hurtado. So dangerous when you get kicked there or hit there. Let's see again in slow motion. Nope. There you go.
Oh, there it was. I don't think that was intentional.
No, it's unintentional. You see Hurtado is not that type of player, really.
No, Hurtado has always been somewhat of a clean player. Just going for the ball.
There he turns.
Yeah, see how he's turning around. His momentum carried his arm and it hit him. Which is why the referee didn't even call
it's an accident.
Call foul or talk to him at all.
It's an accident, but unlucky for the Paraguayans.
Nonetheless, though, Cardoso not exactly happy with that.
No, of course, he's never happy, because he's going to claim a penalty kick and a red card for Ivan Hurtado, of course. But they got to stop the bleeding before he can come back on the field.
It's like you have like a cut man.
Look at Bolillo's face. He's happy about that. I mean, he's happy. I mean, not wanting a bad thing for Cardoso, but you know that relief that is? At least having Cardoso 2 minutes out of the field. That gives you a couple of minutes of relaxing in the back.
I think regarding, with the exception of that one shot that Roque Santa Cruz had, I think Bolillo has to be happy with what they've done so far. And I think he may make some changes regarding that. Maybe give some help out to Aurelio Ordóñez, seeing what De La Cruz is being able to do, run up the sides, making those crosses. He is not having enough people there. to capitalize. That's the only thing that's killing Ecuador right now. You have enough players there to capitalize, and De La Cruz will be very much more formidable.
Well, but knowing Bolillo, I don't think he's going to risk it, though.
I think
Not at the beginning of the first
he'll
half.
sacrifice, no, not in the first half, but he'll sacrifice a midfield in the second half.
Santa Cruz trying to play with Cardoso and the clearance by the defender. I think he's going to wait 15 or 20 minutes in the second half before he brings another forward.
Unless one of his defenders gets a yellow card, he won't pull none of his defense. He will probably pull out all midfielder, maybe Paul Ambrosi, maybe Chino Gomez, one of those type of players. He will pull them out and bring in a forward.
Maybe with 20 minutes to go. Maybe he thinks he can tie the game. We'll see. We'll see what happens because, well, I left my crystal ball at home, so I don't know. I can't guess what's going to happen. But it's more pressure now from Paraguay before the end of the first match. With good defending. You see all those yellow jerseys in the back. It's again Ecuador defending and Paraguay attacking. Ulises clears with Chino Gomez. Chino Gomez gives the ball up one more time. Yanis Caniza. That's Jorge Campos. One more minute, says the fourth official. It's Ebert Aguilera, or Bolivian also. The long ball, the header, and ends up in the hands of Ceballos.
Cardoso now looks like he's a boxer in that one.
Got a patch over his right eye. That's Jorge Campos. Watch out, this is dangerous because he's got time and he's got the pace. Here comes the cross. Good clearance by Corozo. I think Campos also is going to fight now with Ulises. He's fouling Ulises de la Cruz. Says the referee, Mr. Paniagua. Paniagua is a common Paraguayan name. Hopefully the Bolivian referee doesn't have any family there. And that's it, says Juan Carlos. It's the end of the first half. It's 1-0, the only goal of the match by Roque Santa Cruz in the 30th minute. This game is World Cup qualifying match from Defensores del Chaco, the early evening in Asunción, Paraguay. The fans. There's the referee, Juan Carlos Paniagua from Bolivia. Good job from this man so far. And we're off. Second half has started. The third round of this South American qualifying, the road to Germany 2006. I'm Rafael Hussein, here with Steve McLeod, bringing you this World Cup qualifying match.
As I said before, there is no substitute to be called for in neither game. Neither team looks like Bolillo is somewhat happy with what he saw, with the exception of the goal by Santa Cruz. Ecuador pretty much playing a great game. But don't be surprised to see Bolillo make a substitution later on in the half to aid De La Cruz, and so De La Cruz can make more crosses because he already has, like we already said, we already have Iber Ordóñez by himself. So don't be surprised if he maybe puts in someone like Franklin Salas or Antonio Valencia or maybe even a Carlos Quiñones.
Surprised by Carlos Quiñones, somebody else for another target for Ulises to find in the box. But first they gotta still keep this 1-0 score they have, because another goal is gonna really hurt him to try to come back later in this half. Good defending now. It's Carlos Paredes with the ball. Jorge Campos. Jorge Campos steps on it. Plays for Universidad Católica in Chile. Campos with Paredes. Paredes playing with Angel Ortiz. Angel Ortiz is going to open to the right, where you have Arce and Bonet. There's Chiqui Arce. Here comes the cross from Arce in the box. Too long. Although Campos gets it in the box. Plays with the outside of his left foot. Kind of a sloppy play. The bad rebound. The shot over the crossbar. That was Carlos Humberto Paredes. He's playing in Regina now. But that's not a good cross there by Campos. It's going away from his forwards, but the back.
Yeah, the back was giving a lot of space against Paredes. You'd figure right now, you think, after what Fuerte did,
Edwin Tenorio with the bad clearance.
Tenorio was his back. You figure after what Roque Santa Cruz did, you figure that they give more, that they would pressure the attackers to move the ball more on them, as opposed to taking shots from outside, which is what Paraguay has been doing a great job of.
Clever Corozo pushing up with the ball. Clever Chala now with the ball. The long ball for the Lone Ranger, or No, that was Lever Chala. There was the ball coming from Edison Mendez. We have not seen much of Edison Mendez. I expected
we
more
haven't.
of Edison. Like I said in the beginning of this match, I think Edison is probably the best player in the team, along with Ulises de la Cruz. But he's having an off night here in Asunción tonight. Julio Cesar Cáceres with the ball, playing with Gamarra. Gamarra with the long ball up the middle, not a good pass. And it's Edwin Tenorio playing back with Ceballos. 3 minutes already gone by, and it's Gamarra winning the ball, playing with Jorge Campos. Jorge Campos with Edwin Tenorio. No, that's Luis Chino Gomez marking. Paredes opens to the right. Chiqui Arce, the long ball. Oh, that's Carlos Bonet. Carlos Bonet trying to cross, and no deflection, so it's going to be a goal kick. Carlos Bonet from Libertad in Paraguay, same team as the goalkeeper Justo Villar, the champions in Paraguay. Very rarely another team besides Olimpia wins in Paraguay. Guarani came up in second place.
So, the thing about both Ecuador and Paraguay playing here, they're talking about how both goaltenders are pretty much having an easy match so far. I mean, nonetheless, obviously, Ceballos letting that one big goal go in. Here's an offside by Cardoso, the first one of the match, if you can believe that.
No, yeah, you're right. No real clear chances for neither team. The keepers are still, their uniform is pretty clean so far.
Right. I think if Ecuador can just trust themselves and the way they play, I mean, Ecuador has a very good team. Don't be fooled by the fact that the lack of, I guess, star potential, the lack of name recognition that they have. Ecuador has very good players. They have a very strong defense. But I guess this attacking formation they have, leaving Ordóñez by himself up front, is not really going to work against a team like Paraguay, because you need to have another guy up there in order to attack. Because if not, this game may end up being a 1-0.
Well, it's on the attack now. It's Tino Gomez or Ambrosi. Good ball for Chala. Chala tackled, and is that a foul? No.
Yeah, Chala looking for a penalty right there, and that was...
And not even a corner kick.
Yeah,
It's a goal kick, says Mr. Paniagua. And this team is gained a lot of experience by going to their first World Cup last summer.
We'll see the offsides, whether or not.
He did not get the ball, and I don't think he fouled the player either.
Let's see if he hits the ball first, or did he get...
Neither one.
Nah, I mean... It is a penalty.
I don't think so. I think he did not even touch him. He did not touch the ball either. But okay, whatever. It's over. No call by the referee. But I was saying that this team gained a lot of experience by going to the World Cup. Players that have matured a lot. And I think they can take it to the next level. But I think playing with one forward and 5 defenders, that's what's holding them back. I think the only one that did not gain experience was Gomez maybe in the World Cup.
One of the things that has been, I guess, having Ecuador has bad luck recently, the past couple of games, is that of being called maybe a crucial penalty here or there. I mean, we just saw what happened in the box right now with Chala getting tripped up. And who could forget, if whoever saw the game against Brazil, again, Ecuador played them very tough. Brazil only won that match 1-0 at home, and Ecuador was denied a very clear penalty, even the Brazilians. Press had the same thing. They were very lucky not to have a penalty by Ecuador, because that was the penalty the referee missed it. And here's another one for Ecuador not getting called was a penalty.
It's Roque Santa Cruz fouling Edwin Tenorio, quickly taken. And it's now Ecuador trying to come out of their shell in the back. It's Ulises de la Cruz. Ulises, marked by Jorge Campos, gets real past him, but he gets help from Denis Caniza. And that's how they're going to slow him down. Well, bad clearance now from Paraguay, and it's Ecuador back with the ball. Chino Gomez, number 7, plays back with Giovanni Espinosa. Espinosa does not know what to do with the ball and sacrifices Ulises, who loses to Campos, who might have been injured in that stretch. Ulises ends up with the ball. Too slow Ulises today, though. Here comes the ball in the cross. Good clearance by Colorado Gamarra. That's Santa Cruz playing to the right with Bonet. Bonet looks up, trying to find a partner to play with. Arce pushing up, overlapping. Bonet is going to get behind the defense. Here comes the ball in the ball. Bad clearance by Espinosa. Cardoso turns. He's going to shoot. So dangerous to give him a chance like that. And, well, bad news because...
It's a very dangerous play right there. He should have cleared the ball out.
Well, it's bad news because he's holding his groin. He's holding his groin. And I don't know if that's an excuse or not. Cardoso in the box is so dangerous. And he's in a 6-yard box. It's even more dangerous. I think Espinosa hurt his groin.
I mean, those are the goals that Cardoso scores for Toluca all the time. You cannot for 1 minute let up when you have someone like Cardoso right there behind you breathing on your back. Well, I guess for now we can take the time out right now as they 10-2. Espinosa to tell you about the final between Venezuela and Colombia. For those who are wondering, final score Venezuela-Colombia. Venezuela 1, Colombia 0.
The goal by Arango, Juan Arango, plays for Puebla in the 6th minute of the match. And now Colombia has lost 3 games in a row.
Yeah, and as me and Rafa were talking about earlier on, I guess during the break, Rafa being a Colombian, considering that maybe, just maybe, Colombia may have been overlooking Venezuela and looking ahead to Argentina.
They're playing Argentina on Wednesday again in Barranquilla, and well, things can only improve because they lost 3 games in a row. Good ball here for Paraguay. Villar playing quickly out of the back.
But right off the bat, though, it is not really good for Colombia. At least they haven't won a game, as you said before. They played against Brazil at home in Barranquilla. They lost 2-1. They played to La Paz. We all know they got blown out over there in La Paz 4-0. They come back home. Another game at home. You need to win your games at home. That's what Ecuador did. That's why they qualified. You need to win your games at home. Colombia losing 1-0. Now they got Argentina at home 1-0 against at Barranquilla. But still, Colombia's in very big trouble.
Cardoso with a cross, a shot with the left foot. He found the ball bouncing in the box again. And they're just, finishing the Colombia idea, they're just killing themselves because they're making it even harder. Now they have too much pressure playing against Argentina. Argentina is going to play with that. And don't be surprised if Argentina wins again, because they're playing uphill. Colombia is just getting complicated more and more as the weeks go by, and they can't even
it does not
get 1 point.
That easy for Colombia. They got Argentina next. Then they play again in March. The World Cup qualifiers after next week will resume again in March 30th and 31st of 2004. Uruguay against Venezuela at home. Paraguay against Brazil. Bolivia against Chile. Argentina against Ecuador. And Peru against Colombia. Peru will be at home for that game. After that, Ecuador plays Colombia. 2 teams that know each other very well. 2 teams that have pretty much had the same coach. Nonetheless, it will remain to see whether or not Maturana will be there at that point.
Well, no, but they probably signed a peace treaty again like last year that they tied both games.
They tied both games 0-0.
Qualifying efforts, they both didn't hurt each other. Well, let's go back to Asunción, which is 1-0. The only goal of the match in the 30 minutes of the first half by Roque Santa Cruz, the man from Bayern Munich, has his team up 1-0 at home, and they're attacking from right to left on your screen. Paraguay trying to distribute the ball. Arce gives it up, though, for Edwin Tenorio. Carlos Bonet marking. Good job by Tenorio. And this is Corozo. Corozo with Edison Mendez. Fouled by Carlos Paredes. That's Ivan Hurtado with the ball playing to the right. It's Ulises de la Cruz with the long ball looking for the Lone Ranger, Evelio Ordóñez. And Evelio Ordóñez called for an offensive foul. "12 minutes, second half. It's Chala pushing up as a second forward. I don't see a foul there. There is both. Oh, that's a handball. That's what he called.
He cut the ball. That's what he did.
I don't see a foul.
I was looking for the foul. Maybe, if anything, against the Paraguayan. But Chala catches the ball.
Hurtado clears when the pressure was from Roque Santa Cruz, and it's going to be a throw-in. Will be taken by Denis Caniza. That's Roque Santa Cruz. The throw in by Denis Caniza. Roque Santa Cruz gives the ball up. Dangerous Ecuador playing there in that part of the field. Ulises trying to push up. Oh, here on the throw in. There's Chino Gomez playing back. Long ball now coming out of the back, looking for Clever Chala, and it's cleared by Denis Caniza. Chino Gomez gets a head on it, but it's going to be a throw in now for Paraguay. Carlos Paredes. Next to Edwin Tenorio. Throw in by Caniza. Long throw in looking for Roque Santa Cruz. Well marked there by Ulises de la Cruz. Ivan Hurtado with a long ball once again. That's another handball. No call this time. Evelio, the shot by Clever Chalago! Goal! Edison Mendez! Is it? 13 minutes, 14 minutes, and the game is tied here in the Defensores del Chaco. Look at the Ecuadorian fans, they're celebrating. What a shot from Edison Mendez from outside of the box. A player from El Nacional finally comes out and proves that he is one of the best players on this field.
I guess we have to have some faith in Bolivia because Bolivia did not change his tactics. He remained confident with what he did. A lot of people thought he may have grabbed the handball right there, Emilio Ordóñez. Nonetheless, Ordóñez brought the ball down with the chest, held off the player, fed the pass to Edison Mendez. Edison Mendez saw where Hussoyad was, made the shot. Villar couldn't make it, and boom, 1-1 already. Watch it right here because Paraguay already on the attack.
Ceballos punching the ball, and now it's Clever Chala trying to clear. Ortiz recovers, and now everything changed. So we're back at tied. Here's Cardoso in the box, chasing it down. That's so dangerous. Paredes tries to shoot. Cleared by Corozo.
So right now, as we were talking about before, I really don't think Paraguay deserved to be up 1-0 the way they were playing in the first half and the way they were playing right now, up to right now. Ecuador pretty much doing a lot of the attacking, but since they only had one forward up there, they really couldn't get that much action going on. And I guess that we're both talking about how, I guess they took a page out of Paraguay's book. They couldn't really have any success cracking the ball up in the front, cracking that defense with ball control. So what they do, they took a shot from far out, and it paid off, 1-1 already.
Well, it's like they were like hypnotized because they were waiting for the assist for the long forward, Evelio Ordóñez, and nobody was expecting the shot.
Yeah, they were waiting. I think they were still waiting for the handball.
Oh,
on Ordóñez.
I thought it was a handball
the way
too.
he brought it down.
I called it, and Saturnino Cardoso looks like another handball in the box. No call. Bonet in the box. Too many yellow shirts though, and the poor clearance. Ortiz opens up with Arce. Arce just lobs the ball in the box. Santa Cruz gets a hand on it, and Cardoso is called on a foul, a push on Giovanni Espinosa, and he's letting Paniagua.
Now you see like a sense of urgency in Paraguay the way they've been playing now these last 2 or 3 minutes. You didn't see that before. Paraguay very in shock right now. Saying that I guess they thought, well, if Ecuador's not going to attack, we're not going to attack as much either. Now seeing Ecuador could score at any moment as well, and now Paraguay's in trouble. From that angle, it looks like a chest.
You can't tell.
From that angle, it looks like a chest. I don't see reason for
looks
it being
like
not
especially
a chest.
with Cáceres did not raise his hand asking for a handball, so that means it's not a handball. The defender from Paraguay.
Yeah, he did not raise it exactly.
Well, Campos is leaving the field. First substitution of the match. Pipino Cuevas. Well, the very dangerous forward. Played in Shanghai, played in River, like you said earlier. Pipino Cuevas. Nelson Cuevas back in action. He's not been called for the last few games.
The man from China, right?
He's been playing in China for a while, so been missing in action here in South America. Pipino, they call him because of that famous boxer. Pipino Cuevas, the boxer. That's his nickname of this Nelson Cuevas, the youngster. Then you see Edison Mendez. Thought it was this other man, Clever Chala. Giovanni Espinosa, good to see his back because I thought he couldn't continue with that injury, with that groin problem he seemed to have. That's Ortiz with Bonet. Back for Ortiz. That's Monet, well marked by Corozo. Corozo wins and now plays with Espinosa, who hits it with his ankle bone over the line. Giovanni.
I wonder what's going out to the mind of Manu Ruiz. Obviously, he made the first change, looking for now more of an attack. That's why I brought in Pipino, Nelson Pipino Cuevas. Let's see if Bolívar decides to counter eventually. Maybe either A, help out Ordóñez, I doubt it's going to happen now, or B, maybe even bring in someone else more to help back and defend.
Hey, because pretty much now Paraguay's playing with 3 forwards.
Exactly.
So he
don't
may
be surprised now
if you bring another defender in.
Maybe a defender like Giovanni Caicedo, or maybe even someone like I don't want to say Aguinaga because I know he's really saving Aguinaga for next week. I know that. There's got to be no reason why. Maybe someone like Quiñones.
Well, Arce with the long ball straight up the middle. Still nobody clears. That's an offside. No offside. Saved by Ceballos. Yes. No. Yes. No. We don't know because we have not seen the linesman. Please show us the linesman, Mr. Camera Director.
That's what it was. They're asking for an offside.
Paredes asking if he did raise the flag or not. Carlos Humberto. Well, 20-minute mark. Still a lot of time here. It's definitely offside. But the linesman does not raise the flag.
I won't be surprised to see Antonio Valencia be the one to go in the back.
Come in.
If they need to.
Game is tied here in Asunción. The long ball now, and it's going to be a corner kick for Paraguay. Yep, definitely a corner kick. And corner kicks are so dangerous because these guys are very strong in the air. Cardoso and Roque. Also Gamarra, be careful. He scored against Peru in Lima with a header to open the scoring. They finally ended up losing, but they can score from this set place. Arce with the ball, the header. Paredes cannot get there, and it was dangerous. If he hits it, he brings it down.
Yeah, you were right. Paredes got up there in a hurry. Going for that far post, looking for him.
When the referee is whistling something, well, definitely look at that. Over the keeper, and Carlos Humberto Paredes now counterattack, but Bolivia, the keeper comes out in the wrong way. Villar missed that completely. Very dangerous. Now Edwin Tenorio slowing things down, and they're going to distribute Ivan Hurtado for Ulises de la Cruz. Good ball control. It's Tino Gomez back. Tino Gomez back with the ball. Well,
you know, on that goal that Ecuador scored, which is an amazing goal, it makes you wonder, you think they would have scored like that on Chilaver?
Now, yeah. 4 years ago, no. That's why Chilaver is not. Chilaver has an offer from Qatar. People that don't know, he might leave there in December and start in January playing in Qatar, the petrodollar.
Qatar, of course, there's a lot of players playing in Qatar right now, a lot of formidable players. Gabriel Omar Batistuta for one. Ecuador also has one up there, Carlos Tenorio, very, very dangerous attacker who's not in this game today, but don't be surprised to see him against Peru.
Is that where Effenberg and Hierro are also, I think?
Exactly. Qatar's trying to make a name for himself in the league, and whether it be with some young players or old players of old, nonetheless, they're really trying to make a good league for themselves.
Cuevas going down. I don't think it was a foul, but the referee called it. The fans supporting their local team. They're tied at 1. They want another goal. And here comes the ball. It's going to be put in the box. Over the box. Over everybody. That's just benefiting Ecuador in the 25th minute. Maño Ruiz definitely disgusted with that. Aníbal Ruiz. Ceballos. Paraguay without ball control now. Ulises de la Cruz back and forth. Pino Gomez makes a mistake. Almost gives the ball to Cardoso for playing back. Well, Clever Chalá fouling Cuevas. Cuevas needs space and open the flanks. And if he's playing in the middle, that's benefiting Ecuador again. If he's there, he cannot hurt anybody in midfield. Watch out, because the chance again for Paraguay in the box. Play on, says the referee. No foul. A terrible clearance there by Corozo. I think he came back injured. He come down. And he might twist his knee, or he's ashamed of what he did, and he's faking it.
Yeah. Ecuador right now is having a hard trouble clearing the ball right now for whatever reason. That might be Paraguay. Might want to look and try to exploit that, because of right now Ecuador is having a hard time clearing the ball out, especially when it's in the air. It's on the ground, it's a different story. But right there you see Hurtado on the floor getting looked at.
I think it's Corozo cramping. I think he's making time because he's ashamed of the bad clearance, knowing my guys. That's Cuevas. Well, everybody's taking a break now. Their water bottles.
Oh, my bad. It wasn't Hurtado. It was actually Clever Corozo who was getting attended to.
There's Saturnino Cardoso talking to Maño Ruiz, and the whole bench is warming up right now. Maybe Aguinaga to hold on to the ball and distribute might not be a bad idea. Might not be a bad idea. But
it is a luxury that Bolillo does have.
But the problem is that
Aguinaga can do that for you. He can hold on to the ball.
Problem is that they're playing away and they need to defend, and he won't. Watch out for Santa Cruz. The ball back. Cardoso. Goal! Paraguay. Jose Saturnino Cardoso. You're the man, Jose Saturnino. The second goal for Paraguay at home. And they're back on the lead in the 25th minute of the match. 2 for Paraguay, 1 from Ecuador. It's Roque Santa Cruz again creating the chance. No, who was on the right? We'll see it again.
Ecuador right now reeling. I don't know what happened right there. You see, like you said before, well, obviously, where's Corozo? You saw where they went down. They went down the side of Corozo, who had just left the ball game. It was an injury, and that's where they took advantage of it. And Santa Cruz just pretty much having his way with it, making the cross, and Cardoso just left alone in the center.
Look at that, too much space. Usually you see 8 or 9 yellow shirts in the back, and here barely 4 in bad positioning, and that's why these 2 forwards, which are very good, find the space and find the ball.
De La Cruz not showing. Again, I don't know why, but he wasn't there to counter on him. And Cardoso's an easy shot right there. He'll kill you right there.
Too much space. Where are the midfielders helping?
Espinosa couldn't exactly do something as well.
Well, give credit to Roque Santa Cruz. Good job. Justo Villar celebrates the second goal for his team. And they're back on the lead. And time is running out for Bolillo Gomez. Saturnino Cardoso, the goal scorer. Long ball.
Let's see what Bolillo does now, knowing that he can score against this Paraguayan team, and knowing that Paraguay is starting to come alive. You may want to do something and counter, whether it be you bring in your veteran like Aguinaga And there he goes, making the change. There goes Ambrosi.
Definitely he disappeared for a while, but first another substitution. Gavilan, who was sick, and Ambrosi substituted by Salas. Not a bad idea. So substitution in Paraguay, Angel Ortiz coming out for the man, Diego Gavilan, who he was supposed to start, but he felt ill.
Meanwhile, for Franklin Salas, who plays in Liga Deportivo, a very fast player in his own right. Looks like he's obviously going to help out a lot as he's coming in for Paul Ambrosi, and Ambrosi wasn't really making that much didn't do that much today, so Bolillo not happy with Ambrosi, pulling him out now, putting in Franklin Salas to see if Franklin Salas can generate some more offense, knowing that he had at least a 1 point in hand almost, even though there was plenty of time to go. Approaching now almost the 30th minute mark in this game, 15 minutes almost to go plus extended time.
I'll still make another substitution, take out Luis Gomez for Aguinaga in a couple more minutes, but I don't think Bolillo will risk that much. Ambrosi and Salas, that's the substitution we're talking about. Paraguay back on the attack. Comes across behind the goal. It's going to be a goal kick now for Jose Ceballos. What happened there? Roque Santa Cruz, the man of the match. He scored one, he assisted a second. Here comes a corner kick. Ceballos punches it out. Pipino Cuevas gets past a defender. He's very skillful. Still has the ball on his feet. He waits for another. Look at that. What a move. He gets in the box. Watch out. Don't foul him. No foul. It's Edwin Tenorio coming out of the back quickly. Good counterattack, but does not find the target. It's Franklin Salas now. Ortiz came out, I thought.
Unless Diego Gavilan came in for somebody else and not Ortiz.
Well, obviously, because Ortiz is still on the field. Paredes is also on the field. It must have been Carlos Bonet. Franklin Salas on the attack. Good ball. Perfect ball. Good job, Evelio. He scores. No. It's wide.
Ordóñez again being the only attacker right there. Because he is the only attacker out there. And he was almost close. But when you have Paraguay, you have two defenders on you. Ordóñez tried to make the most of it, and that was, I think he got a corner kick out of that at least. Yeah, he got a corner kick because Justo Villar, well, living up to his name, Justo, just at the part. And Cuevas did a little lucky maneuvering right there, but he eventually lost the ball nonetheless. Taking a little dive right there, looking for a penalty.
Very dangerous there in the box with Ulises chasing. It's Carlos Paredes. The 31st minute, 2-1 Paraguay over Ecuador. En Asunción, defensores del Chaco, Franklin Salas. Denis Caniza. That could have been a yellow card. You see Bolillo saying, look for Evelio, looks for Evelio. And the shot, saved by Justo Villar, but the whistle before that.
Yeah. Luckily, it was important. Luckily for them, it was a whistle.
Busca Evelio. Look for Evelio, says Bolillo Gomez. Of course, he's the only forward. Can't look for anybody else.
That's true.
But Franklin Salas is a very young player. And it's good to see him playing here, gaining some experience. Justo Villar kicks the ball. Franklin Salas was born in 1981. He's 22 years old, September 30th, 23. Gores, wow, looking to turn. Evelio Ordóñez, he should not have the ball there. He should be waiting for service. See Roque Santa Cruz now marked by Ulises de la Cruz. No relation, Santa Cruz and de la Cruz. Ecuador now with more possession. It's Edwin Tenorio distributing to Clever Corozo. Clever Corozo looks up and sends the ball, long ball, trying to get Franklin Salas behind the defenders. That's Francisco Arce defending. Francisco Arce throws a kick. Well, now it's Ecuador going to start all over again with the long ball, looking for one defender. And, well, he says they pushed me, so I touched the ball with my hand. Well, referee didn't buy that one, and it's a card for Tino Gomez.
The game, right?
Sorry?
The first yellow card of the game.
Of the game. First one for Ecuador, and yeah, the first one of the game. You're right. As far as I don't have any notes here. That's one of the surprises, El Tino Gomez starting today, I think. Corozo clears. It's Gamarra. Held by Caniza, and it's Saturnino offside once again. What a leader this man is, Saturnino Cardoso, when you see Gamarra clearing. Well, finally, Edwin Tenorio puts a boot on it. Hurtado with a long ball. Again, cleared. That's what they need to do. Get together, touch the ball around. They'll beat the Paraguayan defenders that way. Franklin Salas, not dribbling by yourself, although luckily he get the ball out. Straight into Edwin Tenorio. Edwin to Justo Villar.
Franklin Salas really doing a lot of damage right there. A lot of good ball movements. But Tino Gomez not that much known for taking far shots. And there you saw it right there. Not much of a strong shot. Right to Justo Villar. But Ecuador is showing that they do have a lot of attacking in them as well. And if you're an Ecuadorian fan, you should have at least, even if you do lose this match, you should hold some hopes in the fact that you should be able to beat Peru.
Cuevas again. The shot, that was not a good idea. He got excited with the fence, and now he fouls Giovanni Espinosa. Now, I think you're right about Franklin Salas, although he's dribbling too much. If he dribbled past one and as soon as he beats the defender, then find somebody to play with, but he usually turns around and tries to beat him again.
The problem is, though, I think Franklin Salas is looking for too many people, and there's not that many people out there to help him out. Or if they are, they're marked.
Well, at least he's gaining some experience here when Tino Gomez looks up. Oh, it's danger here. Clever Salah. It's De La Cruz. De La Cruz cuts in, takes a shot. Not a good idea when he had 2 or 3 shirts, yellow shirts waiting for it. De La Cruz is not a lefty.
De La Cruz is a righty. I'm sorry.
So that's why it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Besides, they had 2 or 3 targets to choose from in the box. Now he does have targets. A good ball here. It's Diego Gavilan. Gavilan trying to hold on to the ball now. Arce loses the ball. Franklin Salas recovers, and it's Ecuador on the counterattack. Evelio gives a good bad pass. Saturnino almost puts his hand on the ball. He would have gotten a yellow card for that. It's Corozo again, Edwin Tenorio.
The one advantage Ecuador does have when they do play in Quito is they do like to run the other team around, because playing in the altitude you will get tired a lot quicker, while Ecuador has that advantage of getting used to it. The only other team that really can play with them at that level, level in terms of altitude, is Bolivia. Whether it be the level professionally wise is another story to say, but nonetheless, Bolivia does have a player in Joaquin Botero who is a very, very dangerous player in his own right.
It's Cuevas again. Cuevas creating chances, dribbling too much. Cuevas and Salas are the same type of player. They never know when to stop their dribbling. That's why they're not starting. Although Salas, well, they're both very young, so they both need to learn that international soccer is different. Ulises de la Cruz now. Ulises seems to not be 100% physically. Looks a little heavy and kind of slow. And he's been playing in Aston Villa, so I don't understand. Pino Gomez. Gomez now handling the ball in the middle.
Yeah, he is handling the ball in the middle. They're really, Ecuador now to get somewhat more urgent if they want to look to tie this game out.
I think somebody else should have the ball in the middle. Especially that man, Edison Mendes. Ulises now takes care of Pipino. Takes care of Caniza. Ulises still has the ball, and what I mean, it's like he runs out of gas, and
Not that much he was running. Yeah, he was running out of gas somewhat, and Paraguay was anticipating him passing the ball back because Ulises de la Cruz tries to do too much, and he doesn't have that many people to pass it to in that capacity because there's not that many people being around, or they're marked again as usual.
somebody coming in. Somebody might be coming in, but camera director not helping us. Well, I guess not. Yeah, Edwin Tenorio is out.
El Cuchillo, the knife, Ángel Fernández, player for El Nacional, comes into the match now. Ángel Fernández, a veteran of the national team since 1993. He's a player that can play as somewhat of a forward, or pretty much more of a creator in the midfield, like a number 10 you want to say. But he must plays a lot better when he plays alongside Aguinaga, which I don't think he's going to be going in nonetheless right now. Ángel Fernández, born in 1971.
The veteran, but he's more like a winger, like a right winger.
Yeah. He does another player that does a great crosses alongside De La Cruz. What we need now is someone in the middle to put those balls away.
Well, Cuevas fighting with De La Cruz.
I really think you're going to see a different Ecuador. Not that I haven't been, I want to say, disappointed with what I've seen in Ecuador today. I mean, I think they could have attacked some more, but that was like Bolívar's call for not sticking in someone else. But I do think you're going to see a different Ecuador against Peru. Bolívar's going to go all out. He's going to have his attackers that he wants. He's going to have Carlos Tenorio up there. He may even have Abelio Ordóñez. You never know. But I think he's happy with what he has right now. That looks like a handball.
Halas in the ball. Yeah, it looks like the header from Abelio hit Cáceres in the hand, but might not have been intentional. Cuevas gets another foul. No call this time. All the game getting into intensity because only 5 minutes left. Paraguay leads 2-1 over Ecuador here in Asunción, Paraguay. Ulises de la Cruz looks up, finds the target, crosses the ball in. The shot, saved by Villar.
Ecuador is getting very close to scoring a tie over here. Ordóñez is trying to do as much as he can, being the lone person there. You saw Fernandez. I don't know what he was trying to do. Maybe try to do a second pass. But I think Fernandez should have maybe drawn somebody else inside more to get more traffic up front. But then again, you see his natural tendency to play out more to the wing. He's not a person to play in the middle, as you said before.
But I think the ball was for him. If he was open, no? Maybe?
It might have been for him, but the way that ball was traveling, it was
too hard.
It was traveling too hard.
Well, it's Gamarra winning in the back, and now it's Cuevas again looking to beat somebody. It's Quero Clever Chalá, but now it's Ulises now knowing what expected of Pipino Cuevas. Franklin Salas, no foul, no foul. It's Ecuador back with possession, opening the ball to the right with Fernandez. Let's see if he can get past Caniza. I'm sure he can. Here he goes, Fernandez. Here's the cross. Not a good one this time. Well, they have another chance because, Gomez wants to play.
He's always happy. It seems like he's always happy. Look at him go.
Yeah. Franklin Salas is going to cross the ball. The deflection, the keeper punches it to a corner kick.
I think Franklin Salas is kind of the answer to what Nelson Cuevas was for Paraguay.
Yep.
Salas has come in and injected some sort of life to Ecuador. A lot of passing, a lot of attacking right there. He's also got some fancy footwork, just like Cuevas, just as fast as Cuevas as well. But as we said before, you need someone in there to attack.
Well, the ball still for Ecuador. Here's a shot, Gomez. Well, it came out a pass for Corozo. Corozo looks up.
He didn't look up at all. He never looked up. He saw him just...
I was hoping he was going to look up.
He didn't look up.
He had enough time.
He had plenty of time. Plenty of time. The one thing I have to say that I have come away disgruntled in this game has been the refereeing. Ecuador's had a lot of opportunities, I would say. That was a handball. They didn't call it. Another one that you thought was going to be a foul. The referee didn't call it. So Ecuador has been, I guess, somewhat disillusioned with the refereeing.
And,
Here's the final
Guido Alvarenga.
substitution for Paraguay. Alvarenga. And now comes Cardoso. It looks like this is more of a defensive tactic.
Want to hold the ball for the last 3 minutes,
Exactly.
but definitely Cardoso saying no. He does not want to go out. So Guido Alvarenga, who's a very good left-footed playmaker. A little too late to prove his talent, but take some minutes off the clock there with that substitution. That's Roque asking his players, his teammates to play. Still the game's not over yet. There he is, gets the ball back. Nobody pushes up. He's just trying to distribute the ball, kill the clock now. Tiki Arce. A long pass looking for Santa Cruz. He comes across in the box. Nobody's there because Cardoso's out. Ecuador cannot find the ball now. They're a little desperate, and that's going to make it harder for them. Pino Cuevas with only one defender. The shot! Good save by Ceballos.
That was like one of the only shots that Cuevas has had on in the game so far.
Not a good shot because the ball a little too long and he has to stretch.
Yeah, he took a long stride right there. I'm not sure. I don't know how he is as a shooter.
No, it's
But
not
right
a
there,
right.
he didn't really impress me that much of a shot. He telegraphed that shot nonetheless, which allowing Ceballos to be there and waiting for the shot, as opposed to someone like Roque, he just boom out of nowhere, he just pulled the shot out. Pipino's more of a guy to create the ball, create illusion. He's a very good ball handler. I don't think he's much of a shooter.
Well, he usually makes the wrong decision. That's why he's in Shanghai. Well, offside, says the official Gregorio Chirinos. First time we see him. Bolivian referees, and it's not offside.
This referee has been pretty bad right now. I wasn't offside. He was on onside. This has been, Ecuador has been victimized by some bad refereeing today.
Franklin Salas.
If you're an Ecuadorian, your heart has to go out for this because they have been victimized by, I repeat, some bad refereeing today.
Santa Cruz between three defenders. They're doubting what to do. They give the ball to Roque Santa Cruz with Pipino, and Pipino cannot control the ball.
As I was saying before, Ecuador having a hard time clearing that ball. 3 minutes of extra time will be played, so Ecuador has 3 minutes
Starting from
to start
now.
this game, exactly. We will go to 48.
Ulises changing for the far side for Corozo. No, that's not Corozo, that's Clever. Clever gives the ball up, and Paraguay doesn't want to play anymore.
No, they don't. They just want to get the word. They just want to clear the ball out, and if they get to happen to make some kind of an offensive attack, then so be it. But if not, they're going to just sit back and defend right now.
Leon says the referee, the high kick there, and it's Paredes clearing. Ulises with the throw in. That's Franklin Salas. He turns, he faces one defender. Now they're pressuring him. Now they got to switch sides.
Yeah, you were saying, you see how Paraguay closed all the lanes down.
Yep. They're usually a very tactical team. They follow instructions, and that's what I mean about De La Cruz. Well, especially at this time. The Paraguayans are making some time. The referee is going to get on their case.
The referee might be telling the Paraguayan player to go back more.
Gomez ends up with the ball. Not a good pass, although he's cramping also. Good job, Angel Fernandez. Here comes a good cross, the header, and that was a last chance probably for Ecuador to tie this game. Evelio.
I don't think Ordóñez is known for being a header. That's why, like I said before, that's why they brought in someone like Fernandez to do those kind of crosses. But Fernandez is used to doing across someone like Delgado. It was a nice header nonetheless, but Delgado's the kind of player that puts that game up all the way. Nonetheless, You can't. Ordonez played a great game. He created a lot of chances for Ecuador, and this game is over.
Game's over. Mr. Juan Carlos Paniagua says there's no more time left. Paraguay has beaten Ecuador in Defensores del Chaco 2-1 in this World Cup qualifying match.
Paraguay, I want to say, I guess, survives Ecuador over here. Survive with a 2-1 win. Even though they have lost 2 games, Ecuador has lost to Brazil 1-0 at Brazil, and now they lost to Paraguay in Asunción. You have to come away somewhat with Ecuador the way they've been playing. Ecuador has a strong team, and they look to exploit that